I'd have to bundle company bedding and take it by truck to the military laundry outside Munich. I don't mind, because it's a day away from the caserne, and I can lie in the bundles with two other supply clerks, Rappaport and Weber, and talk about civilian life. Before we leave the caserne, we stop at the PX to get our monthly ration of a pound of coffee and a carton of cigarettes to sell to the Germans. Rappaport has to pick up a supply of cottage to save his bony shoulders from the weight of the rifle when he's on sentry duty. Weber thinks that's funny and tells us he has 3 sisters, but he'd be goddamned if he'd ever step up to a sales clerk and ask for cottage. Rappaport gives a little smile and says, "If you have sisters, Weber, they're still in the rag stage." No one knows why we're allowed a pound of coffee, but the other supply clerks tell me I'm a lucky bastard I don't smoke. They wish they didn't smoke so they could sell the cigarettes to German girls for sex. Weber from Company B says a carton will get you a whole load of poontang, and that makes him so excited he burns a hole with his cigarette in a bundle of Company A sheets. And Rappaport, the Company A clerk on his first trip like me, tells him watch it or he'll beat the shit out of him. Weber says, "Oh yeah?" But the truck stops and Buck the driver says, "Everybody out," because we're at a secret little beer place, and if we're lucky there might be a few girls in the back room ready to do anything for a few packs from our cartons. The other men are offering me low prices for my cigarettes, but Buck tells me, "Don't be a goddamn fool, Mac, you're a kid. You need to get laid too, you'll get strange in the head." Buck has grey hair and medals from World War II. Everyone knows he had a battlefield commission, but time and time again he drank and went wild and was busted all the way down to Buck Private. Oh. That's what they say about Buck, though I'm learning that no matter what anyone in the army says about anything, you have to take it with a grain of salt thrown over your left shoulder. Buck reminds me of Corporal Dunphy back in Fort Dix. They were wild men, they did their bit in the war. They don't know what to do with themselves in peacetime. They can't be sent to Korea with their drinking. And the army is the only home they'll have till they die. Buck speaks German and seems to know everyone and all kinds of secret little beer places on the road from Lendries to Munich. There are no girls in the back room anyway, and when Weber complains, Buck tells him, "Oh, fuck off, Weber. Why don't you go behind that tree and jerk off?" Weber says he doesn't have to go behind the tree, it's a free country, and he can jerk off anywhere he likes. Buck tells him, "All right, Weber, all right. I don't give a shit. Take out your pecker and wave it in the middle of the road for all I care." Buck tells us to get back in the truck, and we continue to Munich with no more stops at secret little beer places. Sergeants shouldn't tell you to take the laundry to a place like this without telling you what the place is. They shouldn't tell a Rappaport especially because he's Jewish. And they shouldn't wait till he looks up from the truck and screams, "Oh Christ," when he sees the name of this place on the gate, Dachau. What can he do but jump off the truck when Buck slows for the MP at the gate, jump from the truck and run down the Munich road screaming like a madman? Now Buck has to move the truck over and we watch while 2 MPs chase Rappaport, grab him, push him into the Jeep and bring him back. I feel sorry for him, the way he's turned white, the way he's shivering like one left out in the cold a long time. He keeps saying, I'm sorry, I can't.
Today while we were gone.
And the MPs are soft with him.
I don't remember.
One makes a phone call from the sentry box. And when he returns, he tells Rappaport, "Okay, soldier,
on the left side of
you don't have to go in. You could stay with a lieutenant near here and wait till your laundry is done. Your buddies can take care of your bundles." While we unload the trucks, I wonder about the Germans who are helping us. Why are they in this place in the bad days, and what do they know? Soldiers unloading other trucks joke and laugh and hit each other with bundles, but the Germans work and don't smile. And I know there are dark memories in their heads. If they lived in Dachau or Munich, they must have known about this place. And I'd like to know what they think about when they come here every day. Then Buck tells me he can't talk to them because they're not Germans at all. They're refugees, displaced persons, Hungarians, Yugoslavians, Czechs, Romanians. They live in camps all over Germany till someone decides what to do with them. When the unloading is finished, Buck says it's lunchtime and he's heading for the mess hall. Weber too. I can't go to lunch until I walk around and look at this place I've been seeing in newspapers and newsrooms. since I grew up in Limerick. There are tablets with inscriptions in Hebrew and German, and I'm wondering if they're over mass graves. There are ovens with the doors open, and I know what went in there. I saw the pictures in magazines and books, and pictures are pictures, but these are the ovens, and I could touch them if I wanted to. I don't know if I want to touch them, but if I went away and never came back to this place with the laundry, I'd say to myself, you could have touched the ovens at Donegal, and you didn't. And what will you say to your children and grandchildren? I could say nothing, but what good would that do me when I'm alone and saying to myself, why didn't you touch the ovens at Donegal? So I step past the tablets and touch the ovens and wonder if it's proper to say a Catholic prayer in the presence of the Jewish dead. If I were killed by the English, would I mind if the likes of Rappaport touched my tombstone and prayed in Hebrew? No, I wouldn't mind, after priests telling us that all prayers that are unselfish and not for ourselves reach God's ears. Still, I can't say the usual 3 Hail Marys, since Jesus is mentioned, and he wasn't any way helpful to the Jews in recent times. I don't know if it's proper to say the Our Father touching the door of an oven, but it seems harmless enough, and it's what I say, hoping the Jewish dead will understand my ignorance. Weber is calling to me from the door of the mess hall. McCourt, they're closing down here. You want lunch, you get your ass in here. I take my tray with a bowl of Hungarian goulash and bread to the table by the window where Buck and Weber are sitting. But when I look out, there are the ovens, and I'm not much in the mood for Hungarian goulash anymore. And this is the first time in my life I ever push food away. If they could see me in Limerick now pushing away the food, they'd say I was gone mad entirely. But how can you sit there eating Hungarian goulash with open ovens staring at you, and thoughts of the people burned there, especially the babies? Whenever newspapers show pictures of mothers and babies dying together, they show how the baby is laid on the mother's bosom in the coffin, and they're together for eternity. And there's comfort in that. But they never show that in the pictures of Dachau or the other camps. The pictures would show babies thrown over to the side like dogs, and you could see if they were buried at all, it was far from their mother's bosoms and into eternity alone. And I know, sitting here, that if anyone ever offers me Hungarian goulash in civilian life, I'll think of the ovens in Dachau and say, no thanks. I asked Buck if there are mass graves under the tablets, and he said there's no need for mass graves when you burn everyone. And that's what they did at Dachau, the sons of bitches. Weber says, hey Buck, I didn't know you were Jewish. No, asshole. Do you have to be Jewish to be human? Buck says Rappaport must be hungry and we should bring him a sandwich. But Weber says that's the most ridiculous thing he ever heard of. The lunch was goulash. How are you going to make a sandwich out of that? Buck says you can make a sandwich out of anything. And if Weber wasn't so stupid, he could see that. Weber gives him the finger and says, your mother. And Buck has to be stopped from attacking him by the duty sergeant, who tells us all, get out, place is closed, unless we'd like to stick around to do a little mopping. Buck gets into the cab of the truck, and Weber and I take a nap in the back till the laundry is ready, and we load up. Rappaport is sitting by the gate reading the Stars and Stripes. I want to talk to him about the ovens and the bad things in this place, but he's still white and cold looking.
Excuse me.
We're halfway to Lengries when Buck pulls off the main road and follows a narrow path to some kind of encampment, a place of shacks, lean-tos, all tents, where small children are running barefoot in cold spring weather and grown people are sitting on the ground around fires. Buck jumps from the cab and tells us bring our coffee and cigarettes, and Rappaport wants to know what for. To get